If you've been scrolling through endless spec sheets, watching YouTubers rave about the best Ambisonic mic, and still feel stuck wondering which setup actually translates into immersive audio without breaking the bank, this review is here to clear that up. You've probably imagined yourself standing in a virtual forest, headphones on, hearing every rustle from every direction, but you're also aware that the wrong mic can leave you with flat, unconvincing sound and a stack of unused accessories. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's walk through why the Soundfield by RDE and SF1 might be the sweet spot for creators who need true space capture and where it falls short for anyone just dabbling in 360 audio. First off, the category itself is a bit of a niche. Ambisonic microphones are built for capturing a full sphere of sound up, down, left, right, forward, back all at once, which is essential for VR, 360 video, and spatial audio post-production. Most creators in that space either use a single, pricey, first-order Ambisonic capsule or cobble together multiple cardioid mics in a rig, hoping the software can stitch them together. Both routes have hidden trade-offs. The single capsule can be expensive and sometimes limited in post-production flexibility, while the DIY rigs often suffer from phase mismatches and a cluttered workflow. The SF1 tries to sit right in the middle. Its tetrahedral array of 4 subcardioid capsules gives you first-order Ambisonic straight out of the box, and the included 10-pin XLR breakout cable lets you split each capsule to separate inputs if you ever need that level of control. For someone who's already comfortable with a DAW and a decent Ambisonic processor plugin, this means you can capture the full sphere in one go and still have the option to pull individual channels for fine-tuning later. That flexibility is where a lot of the value lies. No need to buy extra preamps or splitters later on. Who should buy this? If you're a VR filmmaker, a game audio designer, or a podcaster experimenting with immersive storytelling, the SF1 gives you a reliable, ready-to-go solution. The included shock mount and pop shield also mean you can set it up in a typical home studio or a portable field rig without spending extra on accessories. Imagine you're recording a live stream performance for a 360 music video. You place the mic on a small tripod, pop shield protects against wind and plosives, and the shock mount isolates handling noise when you have to move it around. The result is a clean, three-dimensional soundscape that lets viewers feel like they're standing right in the middle of the crowd. On the other side, if your only goal is to add a subtle sense of space to a standard YouTube video, you'll likely be overpaying. The SF1 shines when you need genuine spatial accuracy. For a simple interview or vlog, a high-quality shotgun or even a stereo pair will do the job cheaper and with less post-processing overhead. Likewise, if you're new to Ambisonics and haven't invested in a decoding toolchain, you may end up with raw 4-track files that sit unused, turning the mic into an expensive piece of hardware that gathers dust. Practical strengths show up when you test the mic in real-world conditions. The 4 subcardioid capsules produce a relatively even polar pattern, which reduces the hole in the middle issue that some first-order mics suffer from. In a test recording inside a small room, the mic captured the subtle reverb from the floor and ceiling without the sound feeling overly bright or exaggerated. When I placed the mic near a kitchen stove while cooking, the hiss of the burner and the clatter of a pan were both rendered with distinct directionality, something you'd struggle to pull off with a regular stereo mic. For creators who need that kind of fidelity to make viewers feel like they can hear the sizzle from the left and the boil from the right, it works. The weaknesses are less about the hardware and more about the ecosystem it lives in. First, the breakout cable is sturdy but a bit stiff. Routing it through tight spaces can be fiddly, especially if you're mounting the mic on a gimbal for a moving shot. Second, while the included Ambisonic processor plugin is functional, it's fairly basic, no advanced binaural rendering or automatic rotation tracking. You'll likely need a third-party tool like Facebook 360 Spatial Workstation or Google Resonance Audio for high-end projects, which adds to the overall cost and learning curve. Finally, the mic does not have a built-in power source. You'll need phantom power from an interface or mixer, which is standard but worth noting if you're planning a battery-operated field kit. From a value perspective, the package is thoughtfully assembled. The presentation box keeps everything organized, and the shock mount reduces the need for a separate isolation rig. for a price point that sits comfortably below the high-end studio-grade Ambisonic systems. You're getting a professional-level capture device, plus the essential accessories. The real return on investment comes when you factor in the time saved on post-production, because the 4 channels are already aligned in a proper first-order Ambisonic format. You avoid the phase alignment headaches that plague DIY.